I'm not telling you anything you don't know here, Limo, but normally in any room I provide the eye candy. But Arch wanders in, a good-looking boy.
He is a good-looking rooster.
And a very, very talented young player just coming into his prime. Welcome, Arch.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Well, and now how well are you going? Bombers flown, what, second or third on the ladder? Second. So it looks settled, everyone looks happy, and you're playing great footy.
Yeah, I'm just very happy week to week. Trying to, said to you guys before, keep the lid on a bit. But
blow it off.
It's very...
Grand final. Surely you're playing in the grand final.
No, yeah, definitely. No, it's very exciting, and it's just really positive reinforcement of all the good work we're doing.
I'm a lid off guy. I can't understand lid on people, JB, because if you're lid on, the only enjoyment you're going to get out of footy is after a grand final win.
That's it.
If you're lid off, you just enjoy the whole season.
Of course.
Just take it off and
Plus, the
go with
Bombers
it.
have had all this crap to deal with, and now they're bloody second and going beautifully. Blow the shizing out of the lid. But it's good, and you're playing good-looking footy too. That's what I love. We've broadcast quite a few Essendon games. They're bloody good games to watch.
Yeah, I think that's something we've always been good at. We've always been pretty good at moving the ball. And I think, we play quite an attractive game starts. But, probably on the other side of that, the defence hasn't been as good. So to get a better balance between that whilst, keeping that good style of footy, I think has been really pleasing.
And clearly the coach is doing a good job down there at Essendon. Brad Scott, tell us what, and he's listening. He's a big fan of the show.
He loves the show.
Tell us what you love about his work down there and and the contribution he's making to you guys being a much better team this year.
Yeah, he just, you feel like you're going to win every single week under him, no matter the opposition. He really motivates you, no matter whether your opposition, where they are on the ladder, if they're up the top, down the bottom. He makes it, really clear what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and how you can exploit them. And you go into the game really clear-minded about what you need to do to get the job done.
Well, he's obviously with me at North Melbourne for a long time. I absolutely love him. Everyone knows that. But when he went to the Bombers, someone said, what do you reckon will happen? And I said that he'll teach them to defend. That will be the first thing that happens.
Yeah.
And you were leaky prior to him coming along, and even times last year. But watching Essendon now, you can see the ground brilliantly set up. You can see, even if it is a turnover, that you're going to be able to hold up. That seems to me to be an obvious improvement.
Yeah, that's been the thing historically. We just haven't been able to defend after we've had the ball and we've been called out too many times. And even at the start of the year, there was still a bit of those issues. But I think probably took a few games to settle a bit and really get that going. But I think the last week we've been pretty hard to score against.
So you've got some good young boys, not only yourself. You've got Coxie, you've got Harry Jones. There's a nice feeling of Sardis we're seeing coming into
Sammy Durham.
Yeah, Sammy Durham, of course. But Tim Watson, I'm telling you now, it's an unhealthy love affair he's having.
Is that right?
Seymour Sam Durham, as he calls him. But you've just got a nice blend now of these young blokes. That must be fun.
Yeah, it is really fun out there, and we're all pretty good friends. We have a good group of, probably those mid-20-year-olds like Redders and Andy and Darcy and stuff, and then a good blend with us younger guys as well, all really pushing each other along. So, it's a good team to be a part of at the moment.
And you're doing very nicely, because I noticed in my research today, this is one of the things I do, JB.
Good.
Is research.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Archie Perkins bobblehead available in the AFL store. Were you aware of this, and have you got one?
Yeah, I got one for a few family members. Hopefully they're worth a lot of money one day. But no, there is they're bobbleheads out. I think it's got my old hair though on it. So
it does have the old hair.
I don't know whether they make any more of them, but
you can trim it off yourself, I guess.
Exactly.
Right.
I was reminded of this earlier today because obviously Dreamtime's a huge game. How quickly things can change. If you remember, you would, Arch. This time last year, Damien Hardwick branded Essendon Spuds. Remember that?
Oh.
Yeah, do you remember that comment? And within 12 months, he's now coaching the Gold Coast. Poor old Adam Uze's taken over, and Richmond just got thumped by 120 points, and Essendon the second on the ladder.
And they're flying.
That has happened quickly.
You've got to watch your yap, don't you, in this game, because it changes very quickly.
Yeah, but this is a huge game. The Dreamtime at the G, the great Kevin Sheedy, such a visionary. And tell us about the build-up to coming into this very, very important game.
Yeah, very lucky at Essendon to be a part of great occasions like this. That they're more than just a game of football. They have a broader meaning. So great game to be a part of. Dreamtime at the G, and today we had a session with Michael Long, came in and spoke.
Oh, how good!
How good, yeah. And just they put up a video, and I think it's actually great to see. There's been so many great Aboriginal players in the AFL, and
a lot of them have played for Essendon.
And a lot of them have played for Essendon as well. So it's great to put a spotlight on them this week.
So Longy talks about the importance of the game, what it has meant for him over the years, and what it means to Indigenous Australians.
Yeah, he does. He said, you just really that in those communities, especially like up in the Tiwi, we have a great connection there, the Tiwi Islands, and how much football means to those communities. It's more than you think. Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. Waller, of course, from that
Absolutely,
part of the world.
He's the first one that comes to mind. Yeah.
Yeah, good. All right, we need to have a break with Archie. Out of the Sandy Dragons footy factory, by the way. BT constantly bangs on about Geelong, and more Sandy Dragons players get drafted into the AFL than any other club by a mile. Were you anywhere near any of my nephews? Was little Andy Brayshaw, had he gone by the time you
older than me,
turned up?
Yeah.
Amazing club. Incredible club, Sandy Dragons.
Yeah. Heaps of great talent comes through there. And all the boys there have a really good connection, I think. So, it's a good place to play footy.
Now, your mum and dad born in New Zealand.
Yes.
So,
moved here when they were in their early 20s.
So how do they go with AFL footy? Are they all black lovers, or did they take to the game quickly?
No, I don't think they did. And I didn't really play Oz kick. And I only started playing when I went to primary school, and everyone was kicking at recess and lunch. And then I was like, well, I've got to pick this up then. So, yeah.
So where were they trying to steer you? Into union?
No, nothing. I didn't really. Or maybe a bit of cricket, but yeah, not a lot.
So when Australia played New Zealand in the rugby, who do you barrack for?
No, I don't really watch the rugby. But Dad would be going for New Zealand.
What about cricket?
New Zealand.
You go for New Zealand?
No, my dad and my mum would. Don't really care.
But you don't care.
I like watching the cricket though. It's good.
So do you have a sport outside of footy, outside of AFL?
No. Not that I would follow. No.
Are you a golfer?
No.
No, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing. So what else do you do then? I mean, footy's obviously all encompassing.
Yeah.
But what else is Archie Perkins up to?
I'm studying as well. So that takes up a bit of my time. But then.
What do you study?
Commerce.
Right.
Yeah.
How many other students are out at the hangar?
Yeah, there's quite a few actually. Yeah, probably half I reckon are doing something outside of football, in terms of study. So it's good to see. Yeah.
And a house full of teammates?
Yeah, we've got Sammy Durham. Give him a shout out. He's playing really well, and Nick Bryan as well. Hoping he gets a game soon. He's been dominating the VFL. I had a lot of hit outs on the weekend.
Sam Durham, Limo.
Yes.
His attack, all BS aside, because Watto just loves him. His attack on the footy is as ferocious as any player playing the game at the minute, I reckon.
Yeah, it is. And he's always been capable of that, and probably just hadn't seen it as much because he had been out on the wing. So, he's able to show that ferocity inside the contest, and he's been huge for us. Yeah.
Do you get out of his way during competitive work at training?
No, he'd look after me a bit, I think.
Well, you do have to live together. So,
yeah.
Who dominates in the kitchen at home out of the three of you?
Yeah, they're a bit fussy. So, have to cook to their liking sometimes. But I'd say I've got the wood over them.
What's your go-to in the kitchen?
My go-to
spaghetti bolognese. Come on, surely.
Yeah, actually, I do make really good spaghetti bolognese.
Very good.
Now, have you met Nicholas Cox's father?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Are you aware of the human being that he is?
No, not in what you're insinuating. No.
He played for Melbourne. And
I know that,
was as tough a man as existed was probably the VFL back then, as there was. On field and off.
Proper unit.
So when I look at Nicholas Cox...
Don't know what happened to Coxie.
What has happened to him?
No, I'm joking.
Completely different.
No, Coxie's
his old man had arms as big as your legs.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't get in his way.
Daryl Cox was a proper unit. So Nick must have thrown a mum.
Yeah, I must have, yeah.
Does he know where the gym is at the club?
No, he's stronger than you think, Nick.
Really?
Like, if you're getting to wrestle with him in the hotel room, he beats you.
Who's winning the bench press at the club?
Kane Baldwin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but easily or just?
I think quite easily, yeah. Or maybe like Sammy Wiedemann does quite a lot as well.
What's he pushing out? What's he maxing?
Maybe 140s. 140, yeah.
I see. Now, off-season, what do you get up to? Are you a traveller?
Yeah, last couple of years, gone to Europe for a month. So I like my travelling, and I think it's important to go away, and always, in every off-season, I think I'm going to want to go away somewhere and get out of Australia.
If someone says, right, you've been to Europe a couple of times, where should you go? What's your favourite place? Yeah,
Spain's probably my favourite. I think it's got so many good things, great weather, great culture, great food. It's probably my favourite cuisine, the tapas, and the tapas bars are really nice, yeah.
And incredible-looking women. You've been to Spain?
You know what? I have been to Spain.
Stunning.
I did the running of the bulls
Did you?
in 1996.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know if it's still an acceptable thing to do, but back then it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
still do it, surely.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
it was it was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild, and they I didn't get done by a bull, but plenty did.
Yeah.
It is 5 days of proper fun.
But you can choose how close to the bulls you start.
Yeah,
can't you?
so a quick education for you. The run is 800 metres,
Yep.
right? And the bulls come out at the 0 metre mark. People gather between 50 metres and 400 metres.
Yeah, right.
So you can start at the 400 metre mark and run 400.
And you won't see a bull.
Or you can start at the 50 metre mark and run 750, and you will definitely see a bull.
Yeah.
100%. I started pretty close to the 400 metre mark.
I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. So what's on the bucket list? Where are you going next?
Don't know yet. We can't think that about the off-season travels yet.
You
Got
can
a lot
have
of
a
footage
little
to play.
look on luxury escapes or something.
Nah,
Archie, to
not
find
yet.
something.
Nah, later on in the year after the season.
So he's very,
geez,
very
Well, they did
Looking
the
how
self-funded
focused
tour
they
to
are.
the US over the off-season as well. Arch did, with a few other players.
Nice. All right, now, Dreamtime at the G, magnificent occasion. We got tickets. What are we doing here, Rabbits?
Well, it's a Richmond home game, but membership.essendonfc.com.au. Jump on board the Bombers because they are flying, like I said, JB.
They are.
Were you just about to give away tickets we don't have, JB?
I thought you... Rabs was looking at me like we've got to do some sort of ticket.
No.
Well, if it's Richmond's home game,
I
then...
was actually looking at the line coaches, and one of them is former North player Ben Jacobs.
Yeah, good boy, Benny Jacobs. You had much to do with him?
Yeah, he was our stoppages coach last year, so I had a bit of work to do with him.
Yep.
Yeah, he's good.
When I was at North, he was my younger son, Freddie, who's at the Dragons now, favourite player. And Benny said
right.
to me at the time, I reckon he's the only person who I'm his favourite player in the world. Fred loved him. He used to have a poster of him on the wall.
Everyone's got someone. Everyone's got someone. Who's your mentor at the club?
I probably over the years have looked to Zach and Merritt and Darcy Parish. They just dominate training and they like that on the weekends as well. So there's no secret as to why they perform so well because they're exactly the same at training. So that's something I've tried to emulate.
Got around big gold man. Have you got a line on the sort of bloke you're dealing with him?
Goldie, no, not really. He doesn't have much in common with me.
We got 18 kids.
Got
for a
5
start.
kids. But I've certainly enjoyed his tap work this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a star. He's quietly away, Goldie, but get to know him.
Yeah,
There's plenty of juice attached
Okay.
there. Hey, Arch, we have loved watching you, mate. You've been a beauty, and you're just going to get better and better. As I said, 69 games. You are launching into the peak of your career, and it might be just as the Bombers. Not only we haven't mentioned the 20 years without a final. They tick that box off and then charge.
They'll fix that this year.
Good on you, mate. Great to see you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.